So now we have already discussed the current ratio and acid test ratio. In this video we are going to discuss if any important data has not been given, how we have to calculate it. In this illustration, the current ratio is 2.5 and they have given that working capital is 90,000 rupees. We have to find what is the current asset and current liability. Current assets and current liability. See, the formula for working capital is current assets equal to current liabilities. This is the formula. Current assets, working capital is equal to current asset minus current asset minus current liability. This is the formula for working capital. This is the formula for working capital. And the current ratio is, as you know, current asset is the current liabilities. They have given clearly that the current ratio 2.5. So current ratio is equal to 2.5 is to 1. Now current liability we have to calculate. We assume that current liability is X. So in this formula, current asset is 2.5x and current liability is 1x. It is given that working capital is 90,000. So 90,000 equal to 2.5 minus 1x is equal to 1.5x. So now x is equal to 90,000 divided by 1.5, that is 60,000. So current liability is 60,000. So even though they have not given the current liability, by using this formula you can find out what is the current liability. Now you can easily identify current asset, because current asset equal to x into 2.5. What is x? X is 60,000. So 2.5x is 1.5 lakhs. In this way you can find out the missing informations. This is another illustration. Now the current ratio is 2.5 is to 1. Acid test ratio is 1.5 is to 1. Current liability is 50,000 rupees. This is the information given. They are asking us to find out current asset, liquid assets and inventory. As discussed in the last sum, current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. So current assets divided by current liability. Current ratio they have given. What is the current ratio they have given? It is is 2.5. 2.5 equal to current assets divided by current liability. Right? Current assets divided by current liability. So current assets equal to 50,000. Now here we are cross multiplying it. So 50,000 into 2.5 is equal to 1.25 lakhs. That is the current ratio. Now acid test ratio, liquid assets divided by current liability. 1.5 equal to liquid assets divided by 50,000 rupees. So liquid assets equal to 50,000 into 1.5. So total it is 75,000. So liquid asset is 75,000. Now inventory, the formula for inventory is current assets minus liquid assets. Current assets minus liquid assets is the inventory. What is the current assets? It is 1.25 lakhs minus liquid assets 75,000 rupees. So inventory is 50,000 rupees. In this way you have to calculate the missing information. This is an important illustration. If you are a banker or working in a non-banking finance companies, or you are a borrower, you have to keep in mind that our current ratio should not be less than 2. Our acid test ratio should not be less than 1. In this illustration, they have given that the current asset and the current liability of the company. The current assets and the current liability is 24,000 and 6,000 rupees. So current ratio is 3. 4. Current ratio here, the current ratio is 4. Current ratio is 4, right? If they are borrowing, they are going to borrow some money from the bank. After borrowing, their current ratio should not be less than 1.5, because once you have borrowed money, your current liability will get increased. Naturally, your current ratio will get affected. Adversely, it will affect, because you are borrowing money, your liability will get increased. So, after borrowing also, the management is saying that our current ratio should not be less than 1.5. So, how much maximum money that we can borrow from banks? This is the question. So, the current asset, now the borrowing amount we have fixed at X. Then current assets equal to 24,000 plus X. At present, the current liability is 24,000. The borrowing, that future borrowing that we are going to borrow from the company is X. So we are giving it as X. Right? The liabilities are 6,000. So current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liability. So 24,000 plus X divided by 6,000 plus X. So now we are cross multiplying it. 1.5 into 6,000 plus X is equal to 24,000 plus X. Right? So 1.5 into 6,000 is 9,000 plus 1.5x equal to 24,000 plus x. 1.5 minus, here we are reducing it, 24,000 minus 1.5x minus x equal to 24,000 minus 9,000. So 5x equal to 0.5x equal to 15,000. So x is equal to 15,000 divided by 0.5 equal to 30,000 rupees. In this way, you can fix this. If you borrow 30,000 rupees from the bank, your current ratio will not go less than 1.5. Right? This calculation may be of useful for the bankers and especially the lending companies. Thank you.